All right, welcome back to the data science class. In this tutorial, we will take a look at what we are going to be using to set up our project environment. Okay, so for you to code with Python, because that is the programming language that is most widely used when it comes to data science. So for you to be able to write Python programming language with data science, you need to understand how to make use of some applications. And the first application we are going to install itself, it sounds pretty funny, is Python. All right, Python installer package, you need to download it, and the version you will download is called Python version 3.6 and above. Development has stopped on 2.6, so 3.6 and above is widely used now for data science. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So go to Google, just type Python 3.6 download. So by the time you do that, you are going to download it. I've successfully downloaded mine, so this is it. So now if you want to install it, it's just a normal way of installation, but care must be taken. Let me show you something real quick. So this is it. You right click and you run as administrator. So by the time you do that, you click on yes. So when you click on yes, it's going to take you to an environment where it's going to ask you that you should install now. But now there's one thing I really want you to take note. Okay, you have to click on add Python path to path, because if you don't do this, you will not be able to install Jupyter. So I've successfully installed mine, so I don't need to install it any longer. So just click on path and click on next for you to be able to do the needful. All right, so by the time you do that, just click on install now. So by the time you do that, Python will be installed on your PC. So I've installed mine. So once you do that, it's high time you now install Jupyter. So before I start, what is Jupyter? Jupyter is the let me say applications that you are going to be making use of if you want to start coding with Python and data science. So now how can you install Jupyter? So you install Jupyter by saying Jupyter notebook by saying pip Jupyter notebook. Pip install Jupyter notebook. So okay, fine. If you install Jupyter notebook, so by the time you do this, you hit on enter. Let me quickly show you the procedure. Let's go to Google. So I've installed mine, so I can't install it again on this PC. So just type pip install Jupyter. All right, so by the time you do that, it's going to take you to an environment where you will be able to install Jupyter. Anyways, we have a lot of applications that we use. So let's take a look at what this guy said on Medium. All right, so let's scroll down. All right, let's scroll down. You can see pip. Okay, we don't need it, we don't need this. I think we need to install Jupyter notebook. You can see I think he's installing a lot of package. All right, what we need is Jupyter notebook. All right, anyways, you just click on pip install Jupyter notebook. I want to show you real quick so that you will see how it is being done. So that's it. So and once you do that, your Jupyter is going to be installed. You're going to have some couple of stuff in there. So now by the time you install your Jupyter, fine, all you have to do is just to now launch Jupyter. So just say Jupyter notebook, Jupyter notebook. So by the time you do this and click on enter, something will happen. All right, you will see that a port is going to be created. So what do I mean by a port? You will see it right now. Okay, so you are going to experience this, and all you have to do is just sometimes it will open itself automatically by the browser, but if it does not open itself by the browser, what you're going to do is just highlight on this, copy this HTTP, copy it, and so once you copy it, you come straight down there and you hit on enter. So by the time you do that and hit on enter, Jupyter is going to open itself automatically. Voila! So this is Jupyter environment. So now you've successfully installed Jupyter and you've successfully launched Jupyter. But before you do that, something will happen. Let me show you something real quick. These are all the contacts on my system. So if you really want to create anything, also in the next tutorial, we are going to see how we can work on this environment and understand how to navigate through this Jupyter. So let me reiterate about what we've been saying so far. We install Python 3.6. so when you install it, we click on add to patch before we start installing it, and once we do that, we'll go to our command prompt and we type pip install Jupyter Notebook. So when you install it, it's going to have some tons of codes here. By the time you get done with installation, you will now launch it by opening the command prompt again and say Jupyter Notebook. So once you do that, your Jupyter Notebook will be successfully launched. And in the next tutorial, we are going to see how we can start creating Python programming language inside Jupyter. Jupyter is very flexible and widely used by data science because it is easy to use. It doesn't really take much space on your application, on your program, on your computer, and it is very, very fast. You will enjoy this as we move on in this tutorial. Okay, without further ado, and I'm going to stop for now, and see you in the next tutorial. All right, thank you and have fun. Bye.